Why, hello. I didn't see you there. We are drafting Streets of New Capenna once again. I think that the community has firmly landed on brokers being the best family, the best archetype in Streets of New Capenna. And who are we to argue, truly? Brokers is head and shoulders, most of a torso above the other families, and at least where I'm drafting right now, I'm not seeing it drying up to the point where I feel the need to move to something else. What we've drafted here is a very normal brokers deck. It's definitely, I think, just right in the meaty part of the curve as far as quality, but I think that's a good place to be given how good brokers is. So what do we have? A single rare, though nothing to get crazy about. We have Endless Detour. Green, white, blue for an instant. The owner of target spell, non-land permanent or card, and a graveyard puts it on the top or bottom of their library. This is certainly not a bad card, but it's a 3-mana removal spell. It's okay. I would put this in like B- territory, maybe C+. It's fine. More exciting for us is we have 2 copies of Civil Servant, green and a white for a 2/3 cat citizen. When it attacks, you can tap another untapped citizen to give it +1/+0 and lifelink until end of turn. Been a huge player in this format. 3 copies of Gathering Throng, 2 and a white for a 3/1 human citizen, and when it enters the battlefield, you can search for any number of other cards named Gathering Throng in your library, reveal them, put them in your hand. So this is just a great way to get some card advantage against your opponents and flood the board with some citizens. 2 Hold for Ransoms for removal spells, as well as a Make Disappear and Rooftop Nuisance Kill Shot. We do have, I totally overlooked this when I said we have 1 rare. We actually do have 1 big rare. This is actually where we started our draft. Fight Rigging. 2 and a green enchantment. Has Hideaway 5. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. Then, if you have a creature with power 7 or greater, you can play the Hideaway card. Mostly it's 3 mana, put a 1/1 counter on something every turn, which is not too bad at all. At the top, we've got Celebrity Fencer, a 4 mana 3/2 that grows every time you play a creature. 2 Spar's Adjudicators, which, again, these cards are just the most complex commons you will ever see. I hope to God. A Caladia Strongarm, and a Rocks Pummeler. With all that said, let's get into game number 1, shall we? Alright, what have we here? A good hand. Broker's Hideout, Plains Island, a Scrycrier on turn 2, a Fight Rigging on turn 3, and a Rooftop Nuisance to draw us some cards and get us some tempo. This looks fine to me. We'll be keeping that. Play our Broker's Hideout, which will gain us a life and search us up a forest. 21-20. Opponent goes forest right back. We drew Broker's Charm, which is a good place to be. Let's go Plains, play our Scrycrier, 2 mana 1/1 flying lifelink. You can also pay 4 to make you and your opponent draw a card. Ooh, our opponent instantly plays a rare. Gallic Readers. This is a 2 mana 1/1. When another creature enters the battlefield under their control, they can put 1/1 counter on it, make a treasure token, or gain 2 life. I think what we want to do here is play an island, play our Fight Rigging. We're going to hide away something. We're going to hide away a Caladia Strongarm underneath it. Put 1 counter on the Scrycrier and hit them for 2 lifelink. 23-18. Opponent just hitting us for 1 of the Gallic Readers and no other plays. That's amazing for us. In that case, we have Rooftop Nuisance and Make Disappear. I think we're just going to counter their next spell. Let's go to combat. Go to attack. Wonder if they have Kill Shot. They do. We're going to make that disappear. Hit them for 3. It's 25-15. Opponent goes Social Climber, which will make a treasure token for them. Okay. So it seems like they're hurting for mana. Indeed, they did not play a land that turn. Play a land. Go to combat. Get another 1/1 counter. Attack for 4. Lifelink in the air. It's 24-11. We've got 5 mana available. Do we want to fight something they control with Broker's Charm? That's an instant, I guess. Yeah, I think we just end the turn. Put a stop at the end of their turn. If they don't play anything for us to to deal with the Broker's Charm. We can just draw some cards. They're going to attacks. They hit us for 4. That's all they're doing, huh? Do we want to draw cards with the Broker's Charm at this point? No, I don't think so. Okay, let's play a land, go to attacks. Right now we're sitting with our trigger for fight rigging going onto Skycrier, and our opponent sitting there not doing anything. Are they thinking of doing something? Are they using the bathroom? Are they putting a pizza in the oven? Who knows? Okay. We put the counter on it, so let's attack for 5 in the air. Opponent plays Swooping Protector. 2/1 Flash Flying enters the battlefield with a shield counter on it. That's fine. They gain a life from Social Climber. They make another treasure token. Very interesting. Go to blocks. This buys them some time. And then we're going to play Rocks Pummeler. Next turn gets interesting, because we can attack out, put a 1/1 counter on Rocks Pummeler, which gives us the Hideaway trigger, which lets us play the Calladia Strongarm. We also have 6 mana and can play both Broker's Charms for a fight and a Rooftop Nuisance to freeze something and draw a card. Things are about to get very bad for our opponent, who just tapped out for a Glittermonger. 1/4, tap, make a treasure token. Okay. I think we're going to start with a Rooftop Nuisance, probably. Yes, Rooftop Nuisance. Tap target creature, tap their flyer. It doesn't untap on their next step, and we draw a card. We got a Citizen's Crowbar. Next we could Broker's Charm. I just don't see the need to, really. I think we're just going to go to attacks. Put a 1/1 counter on our Rocks Pummeler. Cast our Calladia Strongarm. We get 2 more counters, which we'll put on the Skycrier. So we're attacking with a 7/7 Flying Lifelink and a 7/4 Trample Shield counter. Life is bad for the opponent right now. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, there is the lovely sound of a lawnmower in this gentle, peaceful ASMR. Feels good. Okay. They're sacrificing their Glittermonger to save some life total. So now it is 31-5. My god. Let's play our Broker's Hideout, which fetches up a Plains, let's say. And we'll end the turn. Still have our Broker's Charm waiting in the wings. Opponent surrenders. Do not blame them. Do not blame them. Alright, 1-0. Let's take a quick break, and I'll see you right after for game number 2.
Does the thought of leading a group through the creative landscapes of your imagination terrify you? Do you worry about being asked questions you don't know the answers to? Have you wanted to try being a dungeon or game master, but your social anxiety has been holding you back? Hi, I'm Amber, and I used to nearly vomit at the idea of running a tabletop RPG. How'd I get over that anxiety? I haven't. Surprise! I'm still an anxious mess, and you can listen to all of it on Shapeshift, where I've recorded 80% of every game I've ever ran. Over the last 4 years, I've run a ton of indie one-shots like Casketland, a weird Western horror game, to my first ever campaign using Ryutama, a Studio Ghibli-like exploration-focused game. Follow me through my journey learning how to GM and to live with my anxiety. It doesn't go away completely, but it does get easier to manage. Go to geekspective.com to find out more information or find Shapeshift on wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Okay, opponent goes first. We have a Make Disappear as an early play, a Gathering Throng for later, Endless Detour, and Fight Rigging. Seems okay. We are looking at double Forest Broker's Hideout, but we can make this work. Let's keep. Opponent mulliganed and went Forest, Cabaret Initiate. This is a 1-mana 1/2. They can pay 3 to give it double strike until end of turn. Not bad. I'll tell you what, I like being on the draw in this format, especially with the Make Disappear in hand. 3 mana is really the point where things start happening in this format. I say as they play a 2-drop Jetmir's Fixer. A 2 mana 2/2. They can pay 2 to give it +1/+1. If they spend treasure to do that, they put a counter on it instead. Now, we're going to play our land and hold up Make Disappear, but this is a little scary for sure. Okay, they're hitting us for 3, hitting us for 4, pumping up the Jetmir's Fixer. That's pretty upsetting. At this point, we could cast Fight Rigging, though we don't have anything to put our counter on, so I'm not super into that. I think what we'll do is skip our turn. We have Aspar's Adjudicators we drew, so if they don't do anything, we can enchant one of our lands. They play Stimulus Package. It enters the battlefield, they create 2 treasure tokens, and then they can sack a treasure to make a citizen. And they're going to use this probably just to beef up their Jetmir's Fixer? I think I'm just going to let them do this. Weird as that may seem. Because I bet they're going to put a counter on their Jetmir's Fixer. Nope. Just going to hit us for 3. It's 13-20. Alright, we're going to Aspar's Adjudicators at the end of their turn. Exiling it and giving one of our lands the ability to tap for any of our mana. Now it's our turn. And now we draw the Civil Servant. Well, we have an Endless Detour in hand. I kind of want to just pass. See if they activate Jetmir's Fixer. If they do, we can Endless Detour the Jetmir's Fixer. They're just hitting us for 3 damage. It's 10-20. Jetmir's Fixer really was bad for us. They're playing Cabaret Ascendancy. This is also bad. So, what does the Ascendancy do? It's an enchantment. Beginning of their turn, they look at the top card. If it's a creature, a planeswalker, they can reveal it and put it in hand. Otherwise, they scry it to the bottom. We have Make Disappear. Could also Endless Detour it to waste their time. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to Broker's Charm, I think, and draw some cards. We can't sit here and do nothing another turn. We drew a land. We've got 4 mana available. What would we like to do? Great question, me. I think we're going to Civil Servant, pass, keeping up a Make Disappear. Just rough out here. They drew a Rock's Pummeler off of their Cabaret Ascendancy. Quite good. 6 mana 6/3. Comes with a shield counter. Has trample, as long as it has a shield counter. Best thing that could happen for us is they go for it. So they're attacking with their 2/2 Jetmir's Fixer. Of course, they can use a treasure or just use their normal +1/+1. We're just going to take it. It's 8-20. They go for Exhibition Magician. 3 mana 2/1. They get to choose to make a treasure or make it a citizen. Excuse me. They made a treasure. They're really playing it very cautiously, which they can afford to do is the thing. Well, what now? We're at 8. We could just play a Gathering Throng, get another Gathering Throng, and have blockers up. No attacks. We have a 2/3 blocker and a 3/1 blocker. They don't stack up very well to Jetmir's Fixer, which can pump multiple times, and Cabaret Initiate, which can get double strike. Their Ascendancy got them another Exhibition Magician. They played a Sweeping Protector at the end of our turn. They're attacking us with it. So it's 6-20. They played another Exhibition Magician, and they are well set up for an Alpha Strike next turn, I feel. And a Gold Hound. pretty meaningless overall, but just another creature. We drew a Skycrier. So we've drawn 4 lands and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 non-lands. It's not very good, is it? So what do we do? Use up our mana and play a Celebrity Fencer? Sure. No attacks. Should just be game. They can Alpha Strike us and kill us. Drew another card off Cabaret Ascendancy. It's a Fleetfoot Dancer, the 4/4 Trample Lifelink Haste. Good game, my friend. Good game. It was a promising start. The Make Disappear never panned out because we were just never in a position where it made sense to cast it. Unfortunate. I do think it's a good card. Well, 1/1. Let's try to turn it back around with game 3. Opponent going first. It's a decent looking hand. A Civil Servant, a Backup Agent, a Gathering Throng, and a Rooftop Nuisance. Very basic hand. But it's got good 2-drops. Opponent goes Skybridge Towers. That is the white-blue dual land. We drew a Broker's Hideout, so I was going to say we play that first, but the problem is if we play that and get an island, we can't play our Civil Servant on turn 2, which I really want to, so we're going to go Forest. We've got nothing but 2 and 3 drops right now, so I'm not super worried about that. Opponent went Obscura Storefront, so they're looking very Obscura. We, of course, drew Disciplined Duelist, so got some egg on our face. The question now is, do we slam Civil Servant? Yeah, I still think we go Civil Servant. Either we draw an island next turn, which lets us play our Disciplined Duelist, which is great, or we don't, in which case we can go Gathering Throng, we could go Broker's Hideout plus Backup Agent. Like, we got lots of options. Like, our opponent went Crowbar, so they have a 2/2 citizen in play right now. We did draw the island. So now the question is, do we just throw the Disciplined Duelist out there right now? Probably. Yeah, probably. Throw this bad boy out there. Attack with our 2/3 Civil Servant. Tap our Disciplined Duelist to give it +1 and lifelink. Hit them for 3, it's 23 to 18. So right now, they played that Obscura Storefront, but they're brokers as well. They play Run Out of Town. Owner of target non-land permanent puts on top or bottom of their library. Sure. That is such a confusing confusing UI, rather. So Run Out of Town is a 4-mana instant. The owner of target non-land permanent puts it on top or bottom of their library. And my options are decline or take action. What does that mean? Okay, well, they use their whole turn to do that, so we're just gonna second verse, same as the first. Play the Duelist, tap it to give our Civil Servant +1/+1 lifelink. It's 24 to 15. So they have their Crowbar. Oh, they play their own Gathering Throng. The Crowbar is an equipment giving +1/+1, and you can sacrifice it to kill an artifact or enchantment. The only enchantments that's really going to hurt for us are the Hold for Ransoms, which we have not drawn yet. Okay, so they played the Gathering Throng, didn't search up anymore. That's pretty bad for them. So let's see, I think we could Blitz a Strong Arm. Just go for the Gusto. Could also Backup Agent, put a counter on the Civil Servant, attack with both, and activate the Civil Servant rather. Could also Rooftop Nuisance and attack. Just a million things we could do. Just attack with our Disciplined Duelist. See what they do. They just block with their 3/1. That's wonderful. And then I think we're going to Broker's Hideout. Go get a Plains. And then play a Gathering Throng. Take the action and get 2 more Gathering Throngs. That was a good turn. I was worried they had to make disappear because they had 2 mana up. They did not. Now they're in some trouble. They play Fairy Vandal, 1/2 flyer. When they draw their second card on a turn, it gets a 1/1 counter. So they're casting Rooftop Nuisance, casualtying it, sacrificing their citizen. It is their second draw this turn, so their Fairy Vandal becomes a 2/3. And they tap down our Civil Servant and Disciplined Duelist. That was definitely a decent turn from them. We have 5 mana now. I think we... Do we Calladia Strong Arm them? Or do we Backup Agent Rooftop Nuisance? I don't think we Rooftop Nuisance. I think we're going to go just use up our mana effectively, play Gathering Throng, another one, and then play a Backup Agent, putting a counter on our Disciplined Duelist, making it a 3/2 double striker. And then I think we attack. I think if they want to trade their Fairy Vandal for our Gathering Throng, we would happily take it. They don't, so it's 25-12. Things are looking nice. It's 25-12. We have a 2/3 Civil Servant, a 3/2 Disciplined Duelist, Gathering Throng, Backup Agent to their Fairy Vandal. And in hand, we've got a Rooftop Nuisance. Okay. There goes Spar's Adjudicators, which they're going to tap something down. Oh, I'm sorry, it doesn't tap something down. It makes something unable to attack or block, which will be our Disciplined Duelist in this case. Let's go ahead and play our land. So we've got 6 mana this turn. I think we're going to cast another Gathering Throng. We're going to pass the turn to them. And we have Endless Detours so that we can bounce probably their Adjudicators at the end of their turn. And then go for a huge attack. Could be bolstered by our Rooftop Nuisance. Okay, so they play another Gathering Throng. So this explains something. They cast one earlier and didn't find another one, so presumably this has been in their hand. You're going to attackers. I assume they're going to be passing through. Yep, they do. We're going to Endless Detour their Spar's Adjudicators. They put it on top. Makes sense. Our turn. So we're going to... We could blitz. Yes, we're going to blitz our Calladia Strongarm, putting 2 extra counters on Civil Servant, let's say. Then we're going to... Oh, we did need to do that, because we can double Rooftop Nuisance. How much are we hitting them for here? 4, 5, 6, 7. We got plenty of damage, so doesn't matter, but we're going to Rooftop Nuisance, casualty 1 it, and they surrender. Okay, so I'm not sure if I should have put the counters on the Civil Servant or the Duelist. I think that still was an okay play, because if we put the counters on the Duelist, it makes it such a ridiculous juicy target for them to exile or pacify or whatever. And we had the game in hand. Alright, 2-1. We didn't even have to draw our prize fight for that one. On we go. Alright, versus Ronnie the Bear. This is a great hand. We go first. Of course we do, because we won. We have Plains Forest, Backup Agent into Fight Rigging, and then a Hold for Ransom and Spar's Adjudicators to hold down the fort afterwards. Nothing to dislike there. Opponent mulliganed. We love that, obviously. They go for Racer's Rig, red-green. We drew a forest. We're going to go for our Backup Agent, an incredible 2-mana 2/2. One of the best. They go for Halo Scarab, 2-mana 2/1, not as good, but you can pay 2 and exile it from your graveyard to make a treasure token. Well, it might well be in the graveyard soon because we are going to fight rigging. Hideaway 5, which finds us what? A kill shot, a broker's charm. It's going to be the broker's charm. That's what we keep. And then we attack with our now 3/3 backup agent. It's 20-17. Sweet. Next turn, we can hold for ransom and use the 2 mana Spars Adjudicators. They played a Riveteer's Initiate. 2 mana 2/2, you can pay 2 to give a Death Touch, and a 1 mana Goldhound, 1/1 First Strike Menace. Well, we're going to attack them with our 4/4 backup agent. It's 18-13, and then we're going to put a stop on the end step of their turn for a Spars Adjudicators, and we are going to hold for ransom their Riveteer's Initiate. They go for that good old Exhibition Magician. 3 mana 2/1, and they're making a Citizen to go along with it. And they're attacking with their Goldhound and Halo Scarab? Are you out of your gourd? It's 15-13. We messed up and didn't do our Spars Adjudicator thing, so that's just fabulous. Attack with our 5/5. They're blocking with their Citizen. Let's Gathering Throng. We're still going to use all our mana this turn, but I would rather have cast Adjudicators. Let's go get our other 2 Gathering Throngs. And let's, before we forget... no. Let's do it right. In the turn, hold up our mana, and just remember to use our Spars Adjudicators. It's one of those cases where me talking is making it so I'm not being as careful as I could be. It's no excuse. No excuse at all. They're sacrificing their Razor's Rig to draw a card because they are desperately looking for an answer to their problems. Their problems are a 5/5 backup agent and a 3/1 Gathering Throng. Alright, let us now exile our Adjudicators. Very good. Alright, and now it's our turn. Play a land. We could double Adjudicator, or double Gathering Throng here, but I think they have no mana. They have a 2/1, a 1/1 First Strike, and a 2/1. I think what we're going to do is we're going to cast the Adjudicators, make it so a creature can't block this turn. Let's make their Halo Scarab unable to block, just to keep them off of treasure. Put a 1/1 counter on our Gathering Throng to make it a 4/2. And then attack with our 5/5 and 4/2. They'll probably block the 4/2. Yep. And then take 5. It's 15-8. Now it's a 5/5 of 4/4 against their 2/1 and 1/1. We have another Adjudicators and 2 more Gathering Throngs, plus Fight Rigging still popping off. They go for the Body Dropper. 2 mana 2/2. When you sacrifice another creature, it gets a 1/1 counter. You can pay 2 to sacrifice a creature to give it Menace. Not too shabby. Do we cast our second Adjudicators? Is there any need to do that? Not really. Instead, let's play a Skycrier. Go to combat. So, a 2/2, a 2/1. Let's just put a counter on our Spars Adjudicators. Attack with both our 5/5s. See what they do. What they do is chump. Double chump with the Goldhound and the Halo Scarab. They're quickly running out of options, and we are going to... Should we Gathering Throng here? Yes. I think the only thing that could really stop us at this point is a hostile takeover, which they are not in. They don't have blue. So I'm really not worried about it. Play our Gathering Throng and pass. Plays Jetmir's Fixer. That will not likely be enough. Especially when we can go Forest, Adjudicators. Make it so Jetmir's Fixer can't attack or block. Give Fight Rigging to our Skycrier. Attack with everything? Yeah. They can trade their creature if they want. They do not want, and they die. Fight Rigging, totally a decent card. It was indeed rigged. Very good. 3-1. Okay. We go first, naturally. We have a 2-drop in Backup Agent, a 3-drop in Gathering Throng, a 6-drop in Rock's Pummeler, and a card I totally overlooked when I was giving you the rundown of my draft. I guess I just couldn't believe I have it. Inspiring Overseer. 3 mana for a 2/1 flyer. Gains you a life and draws you a card when it comes into play. Not turning down a hand where I can cast an Inspiring Overseer. They go Spara's Headquarters, so they're looking to be brokers as well. Not looking to be. They are brokers. Play our Backup Agent. One of the best Grizzly Bears out there. Do they have a turn 2 play? They have a Citizen's Crowbar. Do I want to trade for that? Yeah, I think I'm down. If I were them, I'd probably take it. Yep, which they do. Because the creatures trade, but they're left with the Crowbar. It's not bad. Little do they know, we have the trump card in Inspiring Overseer. 21-20, drew a Skycrier. We could use a land next turn for sure. And they have Disciplined Duelist. Pretty good. Okay, we drew Broker's Hideout. So, we did get our land. Go ahead and get that. Go to attacks. Yeah, their Crowbar looks very good when they're going to put it on this Duelist. We can do what? Play a Gathering Throng. Take our action and go get a couple more Gathering Throngs so we don't draw them later. They'll probably equip their Crowbar and smack us. They did not equip their Crowbar, which suggests that they have a better thing to do with their 3 or 4 mana. So we took 4 from the Duelist. It's 18 all. What do they got? A Broker's Veteran. 2 mana, 2/1. When it dies, they get a shield counter on a creature. Okay. Why wouldn't you equip the Crowbar, though? To me, that suggests very strongly that they have the 2 mana make disappear counter spell unless somebody pays 2. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to attack them for 2 in the air. Put them at 16. And then we're going to cast another Gathering Throng. And I think we're just going to end our turn. I guess we could have gone for a Skycrier. I currently have a stop set on their end step to exile Spara's Adjudicators. But I guess I should have gone for the Skycrier because I'd have been pretty happy to have them use their 2 mana counterspell and our 2 mana spell. It's really no big deal. Okay, now they're equipping the Duelist and attacking us with it. It's a little scary. We're going to take some damage from it. It's 12-16. Do they have a follow-up? They do. Now they're playing Skycrier. Okay, we like that. Let's go ahead and Spara's Adjudicators, exiling it, souping up one of our lands. Okay, now it's our turn. Play a land. What shall we do now? We can adjudicate, stopping their Broker's Veteran from blocking us this turn. Or we could do it stopping the duelist from hitting us next turn. Alright, let's play the adjudicators. Go ahead. Yeah, we're going to stop the broker's veteran from attacking or blocking. Attack with everybody. An overseer and 2 gathering throngs. They're trading a skycryer for a throng. Okay, it's 12 all. Their duelist is looking real good. So they attack with it this turn. Then we can block with our Spars Adjudicators, which will trade the Adjudicators for the shield counter. Which I think is what we're going to have to do. Yep, that's what happens. They equip their crowbar to their broker's veteran. That's fine. We drew a hold for ransom, which is kind of unfortunate because their crowbar makes that a less good proposition. 6 mana available, so we can start by attacking them in the air with our overseer. Then we can play the gathering throng they already know about and save a kill shot for the disciplined duelist. They're moving the crowbar back to the duelist. They're attacking with the duelist. We are going to try to kill shot the duelist and see if that works. So it'd be a good time for them to have a make disappear. They don't. They have a slip out the back instead. 1 blue mana instant, put a 1/1 counter on a creature and it phases out. So they put a counter on it and save it for this turn. And then they play an expendable lackey. Certainly not bad. Certainly not bad. What do we do now? Could Rocks Pummeler. I think we go again to attack with the Overseer. So now they're at 8. Yeah, now we play Rocks Pummeler. And see what they do. Wonder what I should do if they had just attack with the Duelist. Which is what they're doing. If we take it, we go down to 4. They're at 8. We have a hold for ransom. I think we're going to risk it for the biscuit and say no blocks. Okay, they don't have a combat trick because it immediately went through to damage. They play Lagrella the Magpie. Well, there's nothing we're doing to come back from this. This is the 2/3 that's going to exile one of our creatures, which is going to be, of course, the Rocks Pummeler. And they move the crowbar to Lagrella. Now from here, are we well and truly boned? They even have the mana to kill one of our hold for ransoms. I think we can go to attack with the Inspiring Overseer. We could double hold for ransom their duelist, at which point they can Citizen's Crowbar one of them, and if they get a land next turn, they can get rid of the other one. We're at 4. Let's go ahead and, let's hold for ransom the duelist, and then play a Skycryer in the turn. So for us to be victorious here, what needs to happen? No land. They use the crowbar to release the disciplined duelist. They just drew a land. So it's all probably moot because they're just going to pay the ransom, I would think. Maybe they really don't want us to draw a card. We have 3 mana up. I mean, who knows what's in our hand? So they're not exiling the hold for ransom, and they're not using the crowbar, and they just went straight to attacks. Excuse me? Now they're post-combat using it. And they're tapped out. And we drew a Rooftop Nuisance. Can we just win from here? We can Rooftop Nuisance and hold for ransom, and they're tapped out. So we can tap 2 things and hold for ransom something else. At which point they take 2, 3, 4, exactly lethal. So they just fucked themselves. Okay, so let's hold for ransom. Hold on, cancel that. It's not quite lethal, is it? We hold for ransom. We hold for ransom. Okay, I need to go in concentration mode. I don't think we have enough right now. We have a Celebrity Fencer instead. Now we go to combat. We can attack them for 3 in the air. Let's make it 2 in the air. With our Overseer. Then we end the turn. Much depends on what happens here. We were 1 damage shy. They play Case the Joint, draw 2 cards, look at the top card of each player's library. I like that, because now they're down to 3 lands this turn. They play a Swamp. Oh boy. What is that for, buddy? I hope I don't find out. Probably what we should have done on our turn is just nuisance anyway to push damage and make it so that their creatures don't untap. And then maybe we get in for lethal on the next turn. They're attacking with just the Disciplined Duelist. We have to block. Let's block with our Skycrier, I guess. And now are they going to pass to us? They are. So now we can win. We can hold for ransom on Lagrella. So she can't attack or block. She could tap using the crowbar to take out the hold for ransom, but at that point she can't do anything. And then we can... I mean, they're just dead right now, right? If we attack with everything, they're just dead. Let's go ahead and, just for safety's sake, cast a Rooftop Nuisance. Tapping their Broker's Veteran. Draw a card. A Fight Rigging. Wow, just in time. And now we attack with everything? They have 4 mana, but I'm not sure what they could have here. Psionic Snoop. An 0/3 flash that connives. I believe that will not be sufficient, my friend. But we'll see. They're lining up blocks. Damage happens and they die. Wow, what a wild game that was. I think they had the superior Brokers deck. The Duelist, the Magpie. That was pretty sick. But we persevered and came out on top. Hell yeah. 4-1. Game 6. We go first. This is a weird hand, but not a bad one. Double Brokers, Hideout Plains, Backup Agent, Gathering Throng, Inspiring Overseer, Make Disappear. That's keepable in my book. On the play with a castable Make Disappear, I think that's pretty good. So let's Broker's Hideout. Go get us an island. 21-20. They go mountain. Well, I like a Make Disappear into a mountain. Double mountain. We drew a Broker's Charm. It works for me. Let's play our Broker's Hideout. Gain another life. Get a forest. I feel like it's pretty obvious that we have a Make Disappear, but they're just not going to play any spells. Play a Chrome Cat. Yeah, we'll make that disappear. I mean, it's a pretty boring spell to make disappear, but I think that's good. Do we want to... We drew a second Gathering Throng, which is obviously not good. So do we just go ahead and run that out? Yeah, I guess so. Run out the Gathering Throng. Take the action. Make sure we don't draw this last one. We've been pretty lucky. 3 in our deck, and this is the first time we've drawn multiples. And we still have a third to go get, so... They play Maestro's Initiate. 3 mana, 3/1. You can pay 5 to exile it from your graveyard to draw 2, discard 1. We could Broker's Charm it and get in for damage. I really don't care about that though. I think we just attack them with our Gathering Throng. Unsurprisingly, they trade. And then we play another Gathering Throng. They play Crooked Custodian. 2 mana, 3/2, ETBs tapped. And a Strangle, killing our Gathering Throng. Using a premium removal spell on a free card like Gathering Throng. That just doesn't feel good, does it? This turn, what do we do? To use our mana most efficiently, I think what we do is we backup agent, get a counter, and then we're going to crowbar. So our 2/2/2 creatures against your 3/2 creature. They're attacking with their 3/2. Yeah, I say no blocks for me. 19 to 20. And then a Revel Ruiner. 3/1 menace that connives on ETB. I hope they discard a non-land card. They put a counter on it, we can Broker's Charm it and really get them. They ditched a Fatal Grudge for that. Well, that's very sad for them. And we drew a Skycrier. Well, I do think we need to Broker's Charm. So give +1/+1 to our backup agent. Target the Ruiner, kill it, hit them for 5. It's 19 to 16. On their turn, they are just straight up exiling the Maestro's Initiate to draw 2, discard 1. I like that. That's a big turn to do nothing on. Let's go ahead and smack them for 4. 16 to 12. And now is the time for an Inspiring Overseer. 2/1 flyer, gain a life, draw a card, play it, and that gives us the mana to Skycry. And next turn we can Spar's Adjudicators and go nuts. They have Torch Breath removal spell for our flyer. Just straight up attacking us still. It's 14/12. They're holding up 4 mana. I mean, we're just going to attack them. Let's see what they have. A Psionic Snoop, a Maestro's Charm. 3 mana, deal 5 to a creature, killing our backup agent. We're really not going to cry about that. Now on our turn, what do? I think we play our Adjudicators. Can we not? Oh, we still have damage. Jeez. Getting ahead of myself. 15 to 9. Now we Adjudicate. It's pretty... I think it's kind of... It sucks to Adjudicate, and we're just tapping down a 3/2 creature. Like, it's not that big a deal, but... I'd rather use my 5 mana right now and get a 4/4 creature onto the battlefield. And we drew another one anyway. So do we just go for another Adjudicator? Yeah, I reckon so. Or do we Rooftop Nuisance? Maybe we Rooftop this turn. Boy, I'm torn. Now, I think the same logic applies here. Just another big creature on the battlefield. Play another Adjudicator. I'm constantly worried about the 2-mana counterspell, which they did not have. Go to combat. They're just using their Waterfront District to draw a card. Again, desperately looking for the answer. This game, they are in a position where they could have the hostile takeover. I don't think it's worth worrying yourself about that, though, because if they have it, they're gonna win. They do not have it. They lose. Victory. 5-1, baby! Alright, we go first, and I believe what we have here is a mulligan, because we have 2 mono white spells, a broker's spell, and a 6-drop, and 3 forests. So I believe that's not going to work. Hand 2 looks much better. Plains Forest, Backup Agent, Celebrity Fencer, Kaldaya Strongarm, Sparse Adjudicators. That looks good, and I think we're going to ditch this Celebrity Fencer. Let's go Plains Pass. Opponent is Broker's Hideout turn 1. One of the strongest moves you can possibly make. We drew Broker's Hideout turn 2, which is fine, because this turn we're going to just Forest, Backup Agent. Next turn, we don't have a 3-drop currently, so we can Broker's Hideout, Sparse Adjudicator, Exile. You know the deal. Ooh, they play a better turn 2. They play Rafine's Informant. 2 mana, 2/1, ETBs and Connives. We would have loved to have some of those, but alas. Okay, so do we trade with this creature or sit back? I think we sit back because we'd rather Broker's Hideout, get an island, put a stop on their turn, and Sparse Adjudicator, exile. And then next turn we could blitz out the Kaldaya Strongarm. Yeah, they're attacking us with their 2/1, that's fine. So that's 1921. Go Forest. Obscura Initiate, 3 mana, 2/2 flying. You can pay 2 to give it lifelink. Let's go ahead and exile Adjudicators now. And it's our turn, and we did draw the Throng Song. So do we blitz out the Kaldaya or cast Throng Song? Tough question. Let's blitz the Strongarm. It's so tough. I mean, it uses our mana best, and draws us a card, and gives us some counters. Yeah, we're gonna blitz it. So now our backup agent is a 4/4. Smack him down to 15. Strongarm dies, we draw a card. Very good. I'm glad we did that. We drew another land. Really want to get through these. Next turn, depends what we draw, but probably we're going to be adjudicating. They're hitting us for 4 and giving lifelink to the Obscura Initiate, so, and then a Broker's Veteran. Okay. That's all actually totally fine by me, because now we can cast the Adjudicators, hit the Obscura Initiate, and attack with our backup agent. 15 to 13. Now we've got 2 huge 4/4s on the battlefield. They exile Shattered Seraph. This is the, like Adjudicators, you can exile it to enchant a land. It's a 4/4 flying angel that gains you 3 when it enters the battlefield, but it costs 7. Alright, we drew an Endless Detour. So what now? They played a Midnight Assassin. 1/2 flying Death Touch. That does make life pretty difficult for us. Let's play our Broker's Hideout to start. Gain a life, get a Plains. Endless Detour. Do we attack this turn? I think not. They can hit us for basically 2 in the air, which we're not happy about, but I really want to Endless Detour their 7-drop this turn if they play it. And barring something else, could Endless Detour some other spell they're going to play. They played a Maestro Theater. Let's see if they get a Mountain for the full 5-color combo. Nope, cowards. They're attacking with their Initiate, sure. Giving it lifelink, sure. It's 14 to 16. And they cast Broker's Ascendancy. Well, I'm going to Endless Detour that. Broker's Ascendancy is an enchantment that is basically one of the best cards in the format. 3-mana enchantment at the beginning of your end step, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. I mean, we're basically dead, especially because we drew a land this turn. So I think we're going to attack with everything, aka 2/4 creatures. 2/4/4 creatures, rather, sorry. They take it going to 8. Then we can cast a Gathering Throng. Take the action. Get 2 more Gathering Throngs. Play a second Gathering Throng. Play a Broker's Hideout. Gain a life, get an island. It's 15 to 8. But, I mean, the problem is, on their turn, they're just going to recast this Ascendancy, and every turn their entire team grows by 1. So now they have a 3/2, a 3/3, a 3/2, and a 2/3. We're going to attack with everything. This is like the last turn before these creatures get completely out of control. They do have to make some blocks here. It's the only positive thing. To give the Obscura a lifelink. Are they really going to trade it away? No way. And they're Broker's Veteran. And then they just took lethal for no reason? Oh, wait. Excuse me. They gained 3 life from the lifelink. Their life total went to 0 temporarily there, and I was like, excuse me? Excuse me for a second? Player Gathering Throng, decline. And in the turn. So, this game is not over. There are cards we could draw that would get us out of this and let us win. I'm thinking especially of Rooftop Nuisance. Would Hold for Ransom do it? No, but it would put them in a very awkward position. What are they thinking about? I mean, this turn, I'm assuming they're going to play the Shattered Seraph. Yep, that's what they do. It's a 4/4 flyer. They gain 3 going to 6, and then in the turn, their creatures get bigger. We drew another land. If we attack with both our 4/4s, we're just going to lose them. Because they have a 5/5 and a 3/4 Death Touch with a shield counter. So I think we play 1 land and we end the turn. Again, we're still in a world where we could win. If they make some silly attacks and we draw the right card, we could win. We've won pretty crazy games in this draft already. Anything's possible. They're sitting over there thinking hard about something, which makes me, I don't know, nervous, excited, giddy. Alright, they're attacking with their 5/5 flyer. Which makes sense, you know. They have to kill us eventually. They do have another creature to block with. And Broker's Veteran. We drew another land. We're just going to pass. We're at 10 life now, and they're at 6. We are very much in Alpha Strike territory with their 5/4, 4/5. Oh, and their 4/5 is a flyer anyway, so we're hosed. Dang, so close. So very close. We rattled off a lot of lands at the end there to not quite get it. Broker's Ascendancy. How do you beat Brokers? By playing Brokers, but then having the busted rares on top of it. We can't say much, can we? We have prize fight, or fight rigging, rather. thrilling. Okay, well, we still have another loss to give, or a couple more wins to claim. Let's get it. Alright, we lost, so we have lost the privilege of going first. This hand is awkward. Plains, Forest, Hold for Ransom, Skycrier, Gathering Throng. That all sounds good, but then a second Gathering Throng. There's not a lot of juice in this hand. And our Gathering Throng, if that second Gathering Throng were any other card, I think I'd be pretty excited about this hand. As is, can we do better? I think we mulligan. Alright, I'm pleased with that mulligan, because now we have Broker's Hideout, Forest, Hold for Ransom, Civil Servant, Broker's Charm, Rocks Pummeler. I like that a fair amount better. I think we're going to keep this. And do we ditch a Hold for Ransom? I think yes. Or the Rocks Pummeler. Yeah, that's a 6-drop. Let's go ahead and ditch that. Tough decision. Okay. So, drew a Gathering Throng. Definitely don't hate that. Opponent went Swamp. We're going Broker's Hideout into Plains. They played Corrupt Court Official on us. So 1-1, when it ETBs, we discard a card. I think we're going to lose this Hold for Ransom. We drew another Broker's Hideout. It's fine. Gets us our blue source anyway. Opponent is black-green. Just not the strongest combination, but doesn't mean they can't make something great out of it. They had no other plays. Okay, cool. Well, in that case, we get to play a forest, cast Gathering Throng, take the action, get 2 more Gathering Throngs, attack with our Civil Servant, tap our Gathering Throng, hit them for 3 lifelink. It's 24-18. Boy, what fool? What absolute fool would think that Civil Servant was anything less than one of the best commons of the set? It would stagger the mind if you could imagine such a person. Our opponent, meanwhile, blitzes Chaldea Strongarm, puts 2 counters on the Corrupt Court Official, smacks us for 2. So now they have a 3/3 Court Official. Little unfortunate because I would love to Broker's Charm hit the Court Official, but we just don't have blue mana right now. So instead we'll Broker's Hideout, go get us an island, go to attack with the Gathering Throng, which they take. So it's 23-15. Cast our second Gathering Throng, and let them go to work. They didn't want to block with that Corrupt Court Official. Then they play Crew Captain. This is a 3-mana 4/2 indestructible haste, but it only has indestructible the turn it comes into play. That's going to be no blocks for us. Thank you. Drew a Celebrity Fencer. Don't hate that either. So what do we do here? Could just double attack with our Gathering Throng. Yeah, I think that's exactly what we're going to do. They take 6 going to 9, so it's 19-9. And then we could Gathering Throng and hold up Make Disappear. Seems fine to me. I mean, that Gathering Throng has been ridiculous this game. These stupid 3-mana 3/1s stack up really nicely to their 3-mana 4/2 and their 2-mana now a 3/3 with the counters on it. They play Nightclubber. We're just going to give all our creatures -1/-1. So we are going to Make Disappear, casualtying 1, sacrificing a Gathering Throng. We would rather lose 1 creature than 3 creatures. Yeah, Nightclubber definitely would have done a lot of work against us. Unfortunately, we're just too damn smart. And they cast Torch Breath on our Gathering Throng. That's a big feels bad. And they're attacking us with the Crew Captain? Sheesh. That's not a good play. So now I think we Broker's Charm on our Civil Servant, kill their Corrupt Court Official, smack them for 6. So it's 15-4. We do have a problem. We're out of juice. We have a Celebrity Fencer in hand, and that's it. And they just played a Dusk Mangler. Holy moly. This is one of my favorite cards I have not got to play yet, because it's not in Brokers. 7 mana, 5/4 horror. As an additional cost, they sacrifice a creature, discard a card, or pay for life. And then we have to do all those things. So we're going to lose a creature right now. Guess we're going to lose our Gathering Throng. We lost our Celebrity Fencer, and we lost 4 life, and they hit us for 4 with their Crew Captain. Yikes, man. And then we drew a land. I mean, why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we draw a land? What are we looking to draw here? A Disciplined Duelist would be good. It's always good. Rooftop Nuisance would be good. They're attacking with both, so now we are priced into blocking. So let's block the Crew Captain, because we'll trade. Take 5 from the Mangler, going to 2. We drew the Strong Arm. So unless they have something, we will win right now. Because we can blitz it in. Put the counters on it. Do they have the removal spell? 1 attacker? They have Murder. C'est la vie. Good game. So close. So close. I feel like our matchup was actually super good there, and I think we played it super well. Killing, like, countering the Nightclubber, the Gathering Throng, like I said, matched up super well into them. Yeah, we kind of lacked our big spells in that game, I feel. No Duelist, no Fight Rigging, no Inspiring Overseer. Yeah, we just didn't see any of our really big hitters. Gathering Throng did work, don't get me wrong. No Adjudicators. Adjudicators would have been good. But yeah, very good draft. A little bit surprised that it ended at 5 wins, because we were 5-1 at one point, so we rattled off a couple losses to end the game there. But as I said at the beginning of this entire draft, this to me seemed like a very average Brokers deck, and Brokers is just that good that you can get a winning record, earn back your gems, and go home happy. And I'm happy. I'm happy that you've been here with me. Thanks for joining me today, and I hope you'll join me next time. Good night.